Alright, hey people. It is Monday. I'm taking my lunch break, but it's 3:46 p.m. Late lunch like usual. Potatoes are still here. Our tree has moved, I see today. The wind probably got it. The storm's been windy. Although it's still standing. Like it managed to stand, I believe, on its own. Or it's caught right there on that, and it would just fall if it wasn't stuck. I mean, she's kind of standing on her own. So that's good to see. Might be getting some strength and some healing that wound at the bottom. But anyway, there comes the sun. First time today. Just done a quick lunch break, and I've already blown off 10 minutes of it sitting at home. But I wanted to talk real quick about a thought hitting my mind before it all escapes me, which, most of it already has, but that's okay. We'll get some of it out. It's about turning lead into gold, right? The famous alchemical topic here. So I got many thoughts, actually, on turning lead into gold. I mean, this thought I'm having right now is not exactly new, but some parts of it were new. Like, more of it came today. But it's not even the only one. Like, I really can put multiple analogies to this, but this one's a pretty good one. So, lead, right? Turn. First, you gotta turn lead into gold. So to turn, it really helps if you've watched some of my other videos that I've started to get into these words. Which I don't know if I got into turn a lot yet, but turn relates to a lot of things like the circle, the wheel, which eventually relates to a spear and the spirit, and the whirled and wound and soared, and to turn is to wind, like wine is to turn, right? Wind. Spin. Think of words like that, right? Turn. Plus, a turn too is like a chance, like taking a turn. It's your turn. You know what I mean? And then turn lead. And turn also leads into like stuff like wind leads into wend, wind, wand, wander, wonder, muse, ponder. Like, I mean, it really, so turn means a lot of good stuff, right? Like, think about turning something, spinning it, putting a spin on something when you put your own spin on it. Led. When you're led, you're being led on, led it somewhere, led astray, or led to the righteousness, or led to whatever, just led on. Or lead like a bullet. Lead, there's in a bullet too. And that fits too. But, so if you get lead, right? And these are words too I've gone over before, but there's a lot of words that relate to like apple. Apple is phonetically a pull, lead, or a pull, to be pulled or led. Drag, to be drug on. Dragon, the dragon, drag on. Drug, medicine, drug. Tower, there's a tower, toad, like a frog, toad, tower, tower, toad. Start to think of these things like the Tower of Babel. So it should come to mind. One of them things. Look at this. All right, I get through here. And then, think like, even like the piper, right? Like the Pied Piper. Being led on, the lute. What's loot, right? Lute's treasure. Booty, bounty. Leer leads into like the leer and the lute kind of relate, and you start looking at the words. And the liar too. Liar leer relates to liar, has to do with a liar. Lying. But lying also relates to lying, like on the ground. Lying down, like laying, lion. And lion, like a lion, the Lion King, like a lion. So lead means a lot of stuff, right? But But a lot of it seems to be relate to that apple and to sin and that dragon, right? Chasing the dragon, being led on, chasing something, being pulled or towards something or towed. Or so turn, led, turn, your turn, spin, wander, take your shot, led into gold. Gold, right? Gold is the peak. It's the pinnacle. It's the tine. Tine, peak, the point. Gold, right? It's number one. It's the top. It's also the end. Something's past tense of the goal. Gold. You score a goal, it's gold. Gold means you won. Won, just as in W-O-N and O-N-E. Won. At one. Atone. You see these words. Everything always relates to the same word. I'm telling. This is where my videos are probably going to mostly go. Is you're going to see it's always a tone. Score, right? A goal, a point. Point is a tine or a peak, right? The pinnacle, the peak. Turn, led into gold. In a lot of ways, that's saying turn. It's saying to use the wend, which that leads to wood and good and God and I and J and Jesus and geo, where we get the word geo, which is the world, ground, earth, world, the world, which is turn, right? Makes sense. That's how turn relates, how you can see it, like how it gets there, because the turn is, it relates to geo and J and J-E, the beginning of the word Jesus. And soos is a fish. It's also a swine, pig, or a hog. And that relates too, but I'm not going to really get into that as much now for the confusion, because I think it's something that people might take the wrong way unless they really knew the words more. A lot of the stuff I say, I fear that, but that one more so than. But it's not bad. It's not. But you just have to. You have to have an open mind. But turn, led into gold, in a lot of ways is just saying to. It's the same thing as saying beaten. If you think about it, it's the exact same thing when we broke down the word beaten. To be a 10, or to be a 10. It's to grow in the garden, and like your fruit. Like you'll know them by their fruits. Like your plant, the seeds you plant, grow in the garden. Somehow the eaten part relates to that, I believe, to the fruit, to time. Like there's more here, and I'm gonna get to it. I am. This is like leading me into something where there's a lot here, and I can kind of see it and like endings to it. I can see like parts down the road, but I gotta really string together the words that I'm gonna get there and make sure I'm right about a lot of them. But they tend to just come to me. I'm telling you, stuff just comes to me, man. So, in a way, it's saying to let it out. Turn, let into gold, because turn. Also, you'll see the words means to revolve, to revolute, and utter. It's utter. And it also goes into words like spring and to let out, like to let it flow, to release. And another word for that, a good word I just thought of for that is too, that makes sense in it. Because I do database work. When you empty a table in SQL, you truncate it. And you don't want to delete the table, so when you want to empty it, all the contents of it, but leave the table, and its structure intact. So truncate, right? Truncate. You see how that relates to the wood, tree, and the eight. And 8 means new beginnings. Like 8 is literally, look it up, Hebrew. It's chet. It's the 8th letter of the alphabet. It means 8. It means new beginnings, doorway to life. It means brand new starts, stuff like that. And it's kind of the infinity symbol too. But yeah, things on my mind. Quick lunch break. It's gonna be a short video. I'm getting back to work already. It's Monday, man. It's been busy too. My schedule was full to boot. Not only am I just picking stuff up, random support tickets coming in. I had a bunch of stuff on my schedule already pre-booked, so trainings, training people. So I'm on the phone all day. So, but I'll probably maybe make another video after work. We'll see how my brain feels after I get through the rest of the day. But peace out, people.